Hey, so I just wanted to give you guys a quick little update. I'm sure the quality of this video is going to be crap. I'm sure the quality of all of my videos lately have been crap, but I'm further away from the router now, so my internet is not good. It's the whole thing. Anywho, so I'm still living in the RV. I went to a doctor's appointment last week. They're actually like swift with the quickness at this doctor. And they were really concerned about my knee and the fact that I had this car accident almost 3 years ago and I'm still having issues with mobility. I'm still walking with a cane. They said there's no reason that somebody my age should still be walking with a cane. This is ridiculous. But my thing is, like, there's kids who have like braces and walkers and things like that. So to me, it's not that serious, but they seem to be really concerned about it. So I had x-rays done, and then next week on Halloween I'm actually going in for an MRI. So the x-ray is just to see if everything is where it should be as far as like the bone structure and everything, because they did say that there was a fracture behind my kneecap, which I thought it was like, here's the top of like where your thigh is, and then here's where like your shin is, and it kind of goes together, and then there's like cartilage or whatever that's your kneecap. I was apparently wrong. You can like break things behind your kneecap that are not this. I didn't take biology, so I don't know. So they're just trying to make sure that like the bones are where they're supposed to be, that there's no like fragments that are floating around or fused to weird spots or anything like that. And then the MRI is going to be to take a look at like the muscle structure, the nerves, and I guess everything else. I really don't know. I've had MRIs done before. I had one done on my hand. I don't know exactly what happened, but it got slammed in the back door of my ex-fiance's house, and it like swelled up really big, and we weren't sure if it was broken or what, so they had to go in, do like an MRI. And then when I had a carpal tunnel flare up, they had to do an MRI on my hand, and then I've had quite a few done on my head, actually. And then I think I've had an MRI done on my leg already. I'm not totally sure. But I hate MRIs because the noise. Like, one of the things that triggers, I hate the word triggered, by the way, it's the actual worst. One of the things that like aggravates my anxiety, one of the things that really like grinds my gears, I suppose, is loud noises. And so for me, having like an MRI type thing, it's like a really loud, like whoop 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 whoop. It's so loud. But they always have like headphones that you can wear that somehow doesn't interfere with the machine, that they can play music through, which is really helpful. And my doctor also gave me one single Vistaril, which is an antihistamine. It's similar to Benadryl, but it's not Benadryl, to help with any anxiety that I would have. And my mom's going to be driving me, so there's no chance I'm going to be driving after this. Like, I'll be lucky if I'm like conscious after this. So there's that. And then the other thing is jobs. Now, Alamosa is a town of like 10,000 people. I asked Siri last night because I didn't feel like Googling it. So I said, what is the population of Alamosa, Colorado? And it was like, the population of Alamosa, Colorado is like 10,000 people. The town I live in is got like 100 people. So that's cool. But for Alamosa, it's a town of like 10,000 people. The most hopping place is apparently a Walmart. So that's cool. It's a lot like living in Texarkana again, which I did not enjoy. But somehow Texarkana has more. It's very sad. So I've been applying for places. I went on a couple of interviews. I spoke with the manager at the Kroger store out here, and he's like, check back in like a month. We might have something, because they were just hiring for like CCK courtesy clerk. And they're the people who like go get the carts and stuff like that. And he said usually what happens is courtesy clerks get moved into cashier positions. They don't actually hire just directly for cashier. And I was like, that's cool. And then I had 2 interviews at Chili's, and the first one went really well. And then the second one I thought went really well. And then I got an email, like my second interview was at 5. And I got an email at 5:32 saying, we've decided to continue our search. And I was like, y'all saw my brace. I know you did. Like, I know you did. And I know that's exactly why you didn't hire me. But the thing is, like, there's no way to prove that. And there's no way that anybody's just going to come right out and say, sorry, we can't hire you because you have physical limitations. Because that's obviously discrimination. But I'm like, I'm not stupid. Like, the interview goes really well the first time and everything's fine. I'm like talking to the lady and everything's fine. And then they want me to come back for a second one. And so for the first one, I was wearing, did I just get crap all over my glasses? No. Okay. For the first one, I was wearing like leggings and a skirt, which covered most of my brace. I wasn't trying to hide it. I was just wearing what I felt was most comfortable, because my brace fits really well over leggings or just my bare skin. It does not fit well over my jeans, even though they're skinny jeans. So it doesn't really fit well over the jeans, but they're skinny jeans, so it obviously is not going to fit under. So the second day, I go in and I'm wearing jeans, and my brace is really big, it's really obvious, and it's over my jeans. And I think everything was fine, because when I went in, I told the guy, I was like, hey, I'm here to see so-and-so, and he's like, okay, cool, sit right here, I'll go get him. And then I waited a few minutes, he comes out, and then I'm talking to him and the lady that I talked to the previous day, and everything was cool. We were chatting, talking about like the different names that Kroger stores have across the country, because he was asking where I had worked. I said a Kroger store. Where I worked, it was called Fred Meyer. Out here, it's called City Market. In Denver, it's King Soopers. I think Food Lion on the East Coast is also Kroger, but I don't remember, so don't quote me on that. And then he was like, oh yeah, in California, they're just called Kroger. And I was like, yeah, I know, in some places there. And we were just like chatting, like it was super chill, whatever. And then I get up to leave, and they were kind of like talking to themselves or whatever. When I turned the corner, I saw that they were like staring at me, and I'm like, I know for a fact that the reason that you didn't hire me because of the swiftness of that email was strictly because you saw my brace and you're just like, we can't do that. We can't hire you because that's obviously going to be a problem. And I was just like, whatever. Like, I was just so mad. I haven't even told my mom that I didn't get that one because I was just so agitated about it. But my doctor, wanted me to do vocational rehab, which I have seen that on so many job applications where it's like, it's for like the tax credit stuff. And it's like, have you been referred to this employer by, like, I think it's the Ticket to Work program, and then it'll say vocational rehab or something like that. And then there's another one that says like a veterans, referral or something like that. And so I've always seen Voc Rehab on all kinds of job applications since I was like 18 and filling these things out, but I never actually knew what it was. I don't know the ins and outs of it. I'm not entirely sure what they do. And so I'm actually kind of interested to look into this program. I have an appointment with them the day before Thanksgiving, so I will probably be uploading a video just kind of letting you guys know the process and what it's about, because there's all these different like agencies and all of these different resources, but nobody actually knows like how to access them. Nobody knows like what it is, what it's about, like what it's for, what do they do, like what's the ins and outs of everything. And I'm actually really interested in that. And I apparently what I've been told is that vocational rehab helps with job placement for people who have disabilities, be they mental, physical, what have you. So I thought that was really interesting that that's what that was. I always thought, for whatever type of reason, that vocational rehab was related to like actual rehab, so like drug addiction, alcohol addiction. That's not the case. Maybe in some instances it is, but for me personally, it's because I have a physical limitation. And everyone I've talked to is like, why aren't you on disability? And I'm like, because I can still kind of walk sometimes. But they're talking about like because of my depression and stuff, which I'm not comfortable with disability. Like I'm not. When I was first diagnosed in 2009, my mom was like, you can't work anymore. You're never going to have a job. You can't do anything. Let's just go get disability. And so we went through the process. It got all the way to court, and then it was rejected. And throughout the last decade, I've kind of like reapplied here and there just to see where it goes. It's never gotten back up to court, but there's just something about it that makes me so uncomfortable. But it's also getting to a point where I can't work because my leg is so messed up. So between going to the doctor, getting everything situated with that, getting the MRI, getting everything moving in that direction, going to voc rehab, going to, you know, possible physical therapy, whatever I need to do to get my leg working, I don't feel like I would need to apply for disability just yet, but I know that it's becoming a very, very possible thing that I'm just going to be like flat out just not able to work anymore, which honestly just makes me want to cry. So there's that. Also, I have a treatment plan set up with my therapist. She's super cool. I've only seen her like a couple of times, but she seems like really chill, which is nice. I do feel kind of uncomfortable there. I'm not really sure what it is, if it's just the vibe of the office or if it's something else, but every time I'm there, I'm just super uncomfortable, and I don't know. I got a letter today because I missed last week's appointment because I was in the hospital. I had like horrible vertigo. Like I woke up and I had to call my mom to get her to come over to take my blood pressure because I couldn't sit up, and I was like, crap, my stuff, like, it must have dipped. Like my blood pressure must have dipped because they have me on a medication called Prazosin, which is a heart medication that's used for PTSD nightmares. They gave that to me when I was doing inpatient treatment. And so I've been taking it every night, and I was like, we're like 4 or 5 days deep into this. I'm really concerned like that my blood pressure's dropped. I can't sit up. I can't move. It was awful. So I missed my appointment because of that. But I called my therapist and let her know, and she was fine with it. But I got this letter saying, hey, we know you missed your appointment. If you're unhappy with our services for whatever reason, you can call this person at this number. And I was like, okay, cool. So there was that. Like I said, I don't know what it is, if it's just the vibe of the office or what. I'm just not comfortable there. But hopefully, my next appointment will be an actual therapy session, because the first one was like safety planning and intake, and then this one was treatment planning. So the plan as of right now is every other week for the next 6 months, and then we can reevaluate it from there. And she said if gas ever becomes an issue where I can't get up there because I just don't have the money to put it in my truck or whatever, that she's more than willing to do phone sessions as well, which I thought was super cool, because she's actually in Salida, which is like an hour in the other direction, and then she does 2 days a week at this office and then 2 days a week at Alamosa. So I have options if I'm ever like in Alamosa, like, hey, I'm gonna be in there for like a physical doctor appointment, can we just schedule it then? That's totally fine because it's all in the same medical building. But if there's ever a time where, like last week I couldn't go because I was really sick, I could have had therapy in the hospital just by the phone. So I think it's really great that they are as accommodating as they can be, by even just offering to do phone appointments, which is really cool. And then my physical doctor is working on getting the Pristiq medication that I was given in patient treatment, during inpatient treatment. It's like an antidepressant. I took it for a few days when I was there, and it seemed to work just fine. I didn't really have any like weird side effects or anything. I've been gaining weight like nobody's business. Like when I was doing inpatient, I was like 145, and then I went to my doctor and I was like 153, and I was like, this is not cool. This is, no, disapproval is high. I'm not okay with this. Like I'm really concerned because I can see like I'm getting like my little neck rolls back and my like double chin and everything, and I'm very uncomfortable. But it's the way that I look, and my weight is like directly related to like my self-esteem. My self-esteem goes down, my depression goes up. So it's a weird cycle that I'm in right now, and I'm trying to like get out of it, but it's just, this depression is going on like about a year, and I've never been in a depression for this long. So I'm pretty well concerned at this point that it's like clinical depression, and that it's not just like a bipolar downswing or whatever. I'm like genuinely concerned that it's actual like clinical depression, because that's not on my diagnosis, or that it's like something else. I don't know, but like my mental health is not in a good spot, which I've been very open with you guys about over the last year, more frequently in the last few months. But something that I've tried to like be open with you guys about is what's really going on. So yeah, there's that. I don't know. I'm in a weird funky place. And I'm not really sure how to get past it, how to move forward, or anything like that. It's sad because it's been like a month since I've had to leave my job and move down here, and almost a month. And they've already replaced me at work, or filled my position, because you cannot replace me. But it's sad because now I'm out here, and trying to get a job is a struggle, and the longer I'm out of work, the more upset I'm getting, the more frustrated I'm feeling, the more hopeless I'm feeling, and everything. And I know, like, my doctor is doing everything that she can. I know that with Voc Rehab, they're doing everything they can, and so there's a lot of people behind me that are trying to help me, and I'm super appreciative, but holy crap am I sad. Like, very, very sad. Because I really don't know what to do, and I just feel super, super stuck. But anyhow, that's it. I'm gonna go, and then, I'm not gonna have the results of my MRI all that quick, I'm sure. I had the x-rays done last week, and I got the call today, to call them back tomorrow for the results for my x-rays, so it'd probably take like a week or two, I'm sure. Before I get that, and then there's like all the holiday stuff going on, and just everything is a mess right now. But I want to try to keep you guys as updated as I can, even if it's just like these crappy little iPhone videos. See, the thing is, I would do this on my laptop, but my table has a diamond painting on it, which has become my happy place. And it's actually really helpful. If anybody out there has anxiety and enjoys tedious things like sorting beads or anything like that, just something to occupy your brain, I strongly recommend diamond painting. I found them at a Hobbytown store, and they were kind of pricey, and I had a little bit of money in my savings that I could get one of these, and I love it. And then I saw some that were cheaper at Walmart today, and then I was just mad because I was like, I could have saved my money and just came here. Anyway, so I've seen them at Walmart. It's this thing, it's kind of like a paint by numbers, but you take this little stylus and these little gems, and you like pick them up one by one and stick them on the thing, and it's amazing. But when I'm doing that, my brain is so occupied that there's like no space left for me to like feel anxious or like have anxious thoughts, because I'm so focused on like, okay, where's this one go? there it goes. Okay, where's this one go? There it goes. And it's just like, oh, it's great. It's so great. It's kind of like cross stitch. But it's a lot less stressful for me than cross stitch, but it's been super helpful. I've also, been able to go to thrift stores and get like different yarns and things so I can start, crocheting and just have something to do so I'm not just going stir crazy. I am going to be making headbands soon, and like small things like that, and then try to like sell them around town and get some like spare change going. And I'll share those with you when I have them done, I guess. But yeah, that's it. I'm gonna go. Thank you guys for watching, and I will do my best to keep you guys updated. I still haven't even gotten back to Rewired Soul about his offer to have me featured on his channel that was like a while ago, and we talked over Instagram, and I just never like got back to that because everything has been falling apart. So anyhow, I will let you guys know what happens with that. If you guys have any questions, just let me know. And yeah, I think that's it.